Hi folks, it's Alan, and this is Free Boat Weekly on the Grampian Marine and Budget Boat Cruising channel. Well, if we knew then what we know now. Who would believe that a pandemic would cause such a huge renewed interest in boating, especially in this area? The people who had the product, well, they made out very well. They sold their boats. Will this continue? Well, money flows from somewhere, so as usual, follow the money. The more government incentives, the faster the recovery and the better the market. So anyway, those people who are new to this channel, how does this show work? We show people where boats are free or for sale cheap. We also give examples of boats that have been on the market. If you're after a specific boat, keep in mind that hundreds and sometimes thousands of people watch these episodes, so independent bargaining is required. I would recommend watching previous episodes for more info on where to look. By the way, freeboat.com is alive and well. It seemed to have been out of business for a bit, but it seems to be working fine again, and I even have a few from that very site right here. Alberg 30, great boat. You have to be a real patriot, I think, to look at this one. It's painted the colors of the Canadian flag. It seems to have a lot on it of self-furling jib, which has been taken off in this shot, but you can see this is what it looks like now. I think that was a before shot. It has problems. Look at this very quickly. Someone has been trying to renovate it. It says project boat. Haven't had time this summer, doubtful if I'll ever have summer. It's at Cradle Marina in Belleville, which is just across from New York State, across Lake Ontario from New York State. Here's the next boat. It's a Grampian 26 with a cradle. Now, I really like Grampian 26s. I have one. They're a really good boat. Mine's 50 years old, still doesn't leak a bit. Very, very well made. Beamy, 6 foot plus headroom. There's all sorts of things going for it, other than the fact that it is very ugly. Look at this, though. I'm a bit concerned. There's usually, when you have an outboard, there's a cutaway for the G26. This one does not have it, which makes me think originally it had an inboard. So it says Grampian 26 with the cradle, ready to go, strong and stable, very true. $2,000, not including the outboard. So it will be more than $2,000. So here's a Marionette Yacht. This is important, aluminum, okay, with flybridge and dual Chrysler V8s. It doesn't appear to take on any water, it says, and they can get you the United States Coast Guard documentation if required. Now, this does look like someone's been working on it, and it also looks like it's going to be at somebody's cottage on the water, because chances are with twin V8 engines, you're not going anywhere. So here we are, a Marionette with no strings attached. And Catalina 27, sacrifice sale. $3,800. Well, let's see how much of a sacrifice that is. If you look at the first shot here in the front, you can see that table there, which folds up. The next shot, you can see the table folded up. That's super ugly when it's folded up, but boy, it makes for lots of room, and also sleeping area for on this bench there. There's a V-berth. You can tell it's kind of aged, needs probably the cockpit cushions, I'm sorry, the V-berth cushions replaced. And look at this head. First off, what are you going to do with that? How are you going to be that tall that you can sit on the porta potty and then go to the head? But what the heck's the fire extinguisher doing in the head? I have no idea. Anyway, here's the galley. Great idea of having a fold-up work area, but it kind of looks homemade in places. Looks like someone has had a try at redoing it once before. There's that heater. The one I'm familiar with is diesel, but this could be propane. I don't really know. So something worthwhile checking out for sure. I don't think they'll get that price. It really needs cleaning up for sure, but if everything's working, almost anybody can clean it. It looks like maybe sanding and varnishing of the wood might help too. And look at that beautiful newish tiller, really good. And I believe they say they have a an auto helm available for it. Although I see, yeah, the fitting's on there. So if that's true, still a lot of money, but perhaps you can discuss it. $3,800, Catalina 27. Here's your chance to get into sailing. Bottom completely refinished last year. Has good Mercury 2-stroke, downsize. Really great interior. Runs well. Comes with a lot of stuff, including the autopilot and a bosun's chair, as well as a dinghy. So let's talk about that dinghy. So, and here we have what you usually get for a free boat. It says it's an antique. Well, it's not quite an antique. It's an old fiberglass boat. It hasn't been well looked after. It's been out in the weather for decades, I would say. It has an old motor on it with the top off, and it looks like it's all rusted too. It has a trailer, but later on they say that the trailer has no lights, has no plates, and needs tires. So I'm not sure how good the trailer would be. Just looking at the fiberglass on that, I would say that is junk, unless you can use an old motor and an old trailer. Oh, there's the old Lark. This is the top for the fiberglass Lark. Yeah, it's a piece of junk, so unless you can use the motor or the trailer for some reason, I would say wave goodbye to this free boat. So it's a very old fiberglass boat, old Evinrude Lark. I think I covered all that. Never got around to doing anything. Deal is free to the first person that picks it up. Email a picture when you've completed the restoration. Yeah, sure, it's not going to get right. I don't have a trailer registration, so you're on your own. It also needs a license. You have to pay the fee. Never paid any attention to it, so I don't know anything about it. So that's the way you get a free boat. Well, did you see something you liked? If you did, leave a comment in the space below. As I always tell my viewers, never fall in love with a boat. It'll end tragically. If you enjoy the episodes, please give us a thumbs up, like us, subscribe, and ring the bell. Visit our Patreon page. Well, at least do one anyway. Our Grampian Marine channel is about repairing and maintaining old fiberglass boats, and the Budget Boat Cruising channel helps people get into cruising with ideas, tips, and practical advice. Please remember that during the pandemic, wear a mask in public areas, where possible, keep 2 meters or 6 feet away from people not in your bubble. Wash your hands often. Stay healthy, everybody, and fair winds.